Today, we're going to take a look at the Phoenix Top Window NIR Analyzer, or Near Infrared Analyzer by Blue Sun Scientific. And what the Phoenix Top Window does is help people better understand the materials they're working with. And typically that is some form of food or agricultural product. The way it operates is very simple. So for instance, say I have some corn that I wanted to analyze. I can take this largish sample cup. I can fill it about halfway with my sample, and then I can set it on top of the instrument in the sample cup holder. And then using the touchscreen monitor, I can select my product, which obviously I'm going to select corn, and then press scan. And so the sample's already being scanned, and this is fairly similar to how most NIR instruments operate. Most NIR instruments will rotate the sample cup, and this allows them to scan an internal perimeter or a ring of the sample cup. And that means they are able to scan a lot of the sample, but it also means they miss a lot of the sample. And that can be perfectly all right if you have a mostly homogeneous sample, but it can also mean that you might miss some very important things in the sample as well. So the Phoenix fixes this issue, and it does it by moving the sample cup laterally as well as rotating it. And this means that instead of only scanning one ring, we're able to scan concentric rings until pretty much the entire sample cup is scanned. And so that can be very useful in improving accuracy, precision, and reliability. Another thing I really like about the Phoenix Top Window is how fast it is. The entire scanning process is about 30 seconds. And as soon as it's completed, the results appear on screen here. So for the corn here, I can see the moisture, protein, fat, fiber, ash, and starch content. And that could be very useful to a feed miller who's looking to optimize his feed production. And because it's so fast, he can make changes to improve his process rather quickly. So this machine can potentially save food and agricultural processors a lot of money. And if I want, I can switch views in the software to view the spectra, which is like the unique fingerprint of the sample, or I can look up past results as well. So the software is pretty easy to navigate. I mentioned corn, and that is just one of a variety of products that can be analyzed on the Phoenix Top Window. In fact, this instrument is already being used in a variety of industries. It's commonly used for forage analysis, for animal feed and pet food, for oilseeds, rendered products, dairy products, flour, to name a few. And one of the reasons why it is able to analyze such a wide variety of things is a very clever sample handling system. So you've seen the large cup, but if I take that off, I can now place a smaller cup adapter on the instrument. And now I can use these smaller ring cups, which are great for ground and homogeneous samples, or if you're trying to only use a smaller sample volume, or if you're looking to analyze things like smaller seeds or powders. That's really great. Or you could also use this transflectance cup, which is great for liquid samples like oils. Another thing I really like about the Phoenix Top Window is that it is a complete system. So it's a relatively small footprint. It's about 1 square foot of benchtop space. And so it doesn't take up much room in a laboratory. And it's pretty rugged, so it can be placed in many production environments. You could set it at line. And that's really great if you're trying to respond to process changes rapidly rather than transporting samples to and from a laboratory. One thing, something some people worry about owning an instrument like this is the maintenance and upkeep. And I would argue that that is one of the things the Phoenix does really well. It's actually very simple to maintain this instrument. There's a lamp, and depending on how frequently it's used, it may need to be changed once or twice a year. It's a very easy to access lamp. It's a simple process. The only tool you would need is a Phillips head screwdriver, and it takes about 10 minutes to do. Aside from that, it's a good practice to run the built-in diagnostics weekly. But with the Phoenix, that's as simple as pretty much pressing a button on screen, and that also takes about 10 minutes. So it's a very simple instrument to own and operate. Overall, NIR has been a trusted tool for the analysis of food and agricultural products for decades. And if you're looking to analyze things like moisture, protein, fat, fiber, ash, starch, those sorts of things, there's a good chance NIR is the right tool for you. So if you're looking for a rugged and reliable NIR solution, the Phoenix Top Window might be a great choice for you. So if you have any questions, you'd like more information, you can find us online. Please feel free to reach out to us. You can find us at bluesunscientific.com.